What's at all? No sense at all. Yeah. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program type of experience. So they do these kind of setups to see if I will talk to people, right? So I got on the other bus because again I just had to ask the bus driver, that I got on the express if he doesn't mind if I just take the bus back to the next bus stop. He said, fine, I'll have you. So the bus pulled into the bus stop and there's a guy on a scooter, right? He sees the bus pull into the bus stop, but yet he's going to ride his scooter, right, close to the sidewalk so the bus couldn't pull into the bus stop so he can pass, right? So the bus driver had the door, close the door. Again, remember, these things are all planned and orchestrated, right? This is what you call, again, covert warfare, covert psychological warfare, covert cognitive warfare. Okay, so there's a guy that was in front of me. So I told the bus driver, the bus driver was like, this guy is stupid. I was like, yeah, it's ridiculous, right? I said, he has no damn sense. But again, the majority of people today lack common sense. I used to be one of them, right? Like I said, religion and religious indoctrination, don't teach you common sense, right? Because you just believe it. So you believe anything. And when people tell you things, you're going to believe them, right? And people will be conditioned to tell you the wrong things, right? And because you're a believer, you believe them instead of knowing. But like I said, they know exactly how they condition us. They know exactly how they condition us so that we tell each other the wrong things. And again, that's where we get the crab in the barrel mentality from, because religion plays a big part of that, as well as, being manipulated by, the white supremacists using psychological manipulation and tactics. Now also, what have you even seen today? The use of kids, right? Young children. Again, all right? And so what they do is play on our emotions. Now, like I said, if I'm walking and recording, you're on the sidewalk, it's not, I'm not doing anything illegal, okay? I'm on the public sidewalk, public street. It's not against the law to record. Not against the law to record people attacking you, whether it be physically, psychologically, or any other manner that produce harm, right? And not just physical harm, but psychological harm, economic harm, educational harm, right? Harm to your health. So you have that right, right? And what they're trying to do, again, is take away those rights from people because they know what it is that they're doing and they're being exposed. So now you have to criminalize the people who are trying to expose the corrupt people in position of authority, right? And again, you see that within the churches, all right? And then they'll come up with the 666 again because, they're religious people and they don't understand, hear the sirens, and they don't understand where the 666 come from, right? And there's two. One I recently found out, right? So when in the reign of Emperor Nero, who burned down Rome in order to put blame on the Jews, because again, for people who don't understand history or don't know history, they think the Bible is history. The Bible may contain some history, but the history that the Bible contains don't align, the biblical characters that they try to place in certain historical parts and, doesn't match up to the timeline. So the people who sit down and wrote these words over a period of 1,000 years, right? Though they were smart people at the time, right? They were more fanatical about control and rulership, that they compile these books using other texts and other ancient belief system that they had when they conquer certain civilizations. And the Romans now, realizing that, particularly in the Roman, the Judeo-Roman War, which the Judean army, or the Judeans, was warring against Rome, right? It was a very brutal war. Not only brutal war, but we know what war does to people. It traumatizes people, right? So people will your brain will start to create ways, and people will start to band together, right? In order to escape psychologically the trauma. And we know that in psychology, that when the brain experiences trauma, what does it do? The brain can create a totally different personality in order to deal with the trauma, or to block out the trauma, because remembering that trauma, injure you over and over and over psychologically. Because when you read some of the passages in that book, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Not only does it make sense, but it doesn't match up to the reality that they try to paint it as. Because it was a brutal war. We're talking about beheading of people. We're talking about crucifixion. We're talking about cutting off, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of shit that we don't quite understand because we don't know history. Okay? So like I said, and as black people, we have been traumatized by slavery and continued traumatization under white supremacy and the system of white supremacy. This is why every, couple times out of the year, they'll kill an unarmed black person, right? It's the constant reintroduction of trauma, right? It's like your curse of persuasion program. When you are being conditioned in ways in which you do not notice, right? There is a factor in which they always have to recondition you in a much severe way. So this is, like I said, this weekend, what Pam had asking me, not this weekend, but during the weekend, Pam had asked me about the trip, and, she turned off her light as soon as she sees me. She's coming in. Yeah, I see her pinching her nose. Look at her. Yeah. Anyhow. So yeah, this is what they do, right? And I want you to understand how these people engage in such tactics. Why? Because of their religion. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.